Yo, what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we've got the review for chapter 182 of Black Clover, and boy was this chapter wild. I actually talked about this a little bit in my last chapter review, saying how that the Black Clover series, the manga especially, just does not give you a minute to just take a break and catch your breath. It is non-stop throughout, and although it was a bit of a breather in this chapter, it was still non-stop, however in a different sense. It was the perfect chapter for expanding on the world as well as the lore of Black Clover. We were also treated into seeing the return of Vetto and Fana, which was something I really did not see coming at all. One thing that I thought was incredibly badass and really cool about this chapter was actually learning about the Followers of Saphira. I may be pronouncing that wrong, and I more than likely am, but I still think the whole Followers of Saphira thing was really cool. Basically, what Saphira is that stone tablet that the Eye of the Midnight Sun and the Elves were collecting the magic stones for, because this stone tablet, this Saphira, the Followers of Saphira, were using this to complete their reincarnation, which is what they need, that last magic stone, which obviously Yuno has, to finally complete it. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Infinite Tsukiyomi and Naruto, not because they're similar at all, just how I feel like usually the big bad guy doesn't complete his master plan, and I feel as though that's something the elves may possibly well do, but I don't know how that would work, because obviously according to the elves, at least, if they do complete their whole reincarnation spell, then all the people that are currently taken over by elves like Gauche, Charlotte, all of these guys are gonna be gone forever. Also referring to that scene where they talk about Licht and how he will sometime soon be back to normal, something tells me that Licht is not going to go back to normal, or at least not how they once knew him. We got yet another tease involving Yuno and Yuno's contribution in this arc, because it feels like it's been an absolute eternity since we last actually saw Yuno, and we found out that, you know, the elves have sent someone to greet Yuno, and I beg that we get a super badass confrontation and fight between Yuno and whoever this elf is. I honestly don't have any idea who they're sending to Yuno. I've tried to think of something I would think would be kind of like a symbolic matchup between the two, one that would actually make sense. But honestly, right now, I cannot think. So guys, leave your thoughts and ideas in the comment section down below as to who you think the elves have sent to go and greet Yuno. Honest to God, I'm really starting to think that these elves are going to be in for a nasty surprise. We found out that they have a god figure which they look up to. I think maybe that this god figure is less of a god, more of a devil, and what I mean by that is the possibility that maybe this god figure they look up to is actually a form of demon. Now, we've had teasers and talk about demons throughout all of Black Clover straight from the beginning. However, they've not really played that big of a role in the plot so far, and I think, judging by how nuts and just revolutionary this arc has been for the Black Clover story, I think now is as good a time as any to introduce the first batch of big bad demons. I think that the demons quite well could actually be the species that actually wiped out the elves all that time ago and merely framed the humans to have done it, so that the elves, or more specifically these Followers of Saphira, would one day grow to hate the humans, and in a fight they would open this gate to hell, which we saw in this chapter, bringing the demons back. Also, the name Kingdom of Shadows is incredibly badass. Seeing the elves as well with their wings was honestly so majestic, which is not really a word you would place with the elves, considering how mindless, power hungry, and just kind of such killing machines that they are. Anyway, after what feels like forever, we've finally caught up to the present, because we've finally seen what I like to call the Black Bull's Susanoo back again. Asta and the crew have appeared on the battle scene, and boy, is this getting hype. That final panel, seeing Patri or Petroli or Ravioli, whatever you call him, honestly, all these elves, I think the elves are really damn cool and I do like them. But honestly, the names, I've lost. The elves have confused me beyond belief. I've honestly gave up losing track of names because it's weird, and the amount of times they like change the translations of the names as well does not help to the abundance of confusion that these elves place onto me. But yeah, like I said, seeing the amount of like disbelief and shock horror in the face of Petroli is his name, at least for the time being anyway, was just it was just intense. I think that's kind of like the best word I could describe this chapter. It was informative as well as intense. This has probably been the biggest and probably my favourite arc out of the lot so far. I think when this gets animated, if it gets animated well, of course, and that is a big if with Studio Period, I think it's going to be a game changer. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad. Like I said, leave all your thoughts and opinions on this chapter in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.